is unlike any car you've ever seen before. Because no one has ever thought this way about a car before. This is strength and lightness. This is an interior that exceeds the promise of the exterior. This is technological innovation in overdrive. This is the all-new Jaguar XJ. The stunning result of taking a very different road.
First of all, Tom, if we can reflect on the London-Irish game at the weekend, have you ever played in a 12-15 minutes like that at the end?
No, but it shows the sort of resilience that we've got in our team. Tigers teams in history have always finished strongly, and I think we showed that again at the weekend. Obviously, we didn't want to be in that sort of situation. Obviously, a few intercepts and obviously a howler for myself. So, it's a good place to get out of. If we'd lost that weekend, it would been a tough week this week. But we can take some positives out those last 10-15 minutes and put them into this week's training, and hopefully start that like that at the start of the Northampton game. Yeah,
a win like that and a finish like that, does that give you a momentum going into the semi-final?
It does, yeah. Previous years we've had a bit more momentum game to game, and this season's been a bit up and down, but we can take, like I say, we can take that that standard of play in the last quarter of the game straight into Northampton. We know we have to start big. You start slowly against Northampton, they get a few tries and they batten down the hatches. That's how Northampton plays. So it's imperative that we start strongly and we get the early scores.
I described the atmosphere on the pitch towards the end during that period there, and how important is it for the supporters to get behind you again on Saturday?
It's absolutely massive. I think as soon as we scored that first try, getting back from I think we were 23-8 down, the crowd got louder. That spurred us on. We started to play better, and it's absolutely massive having there. Being at home, is massive for the semi-final. It won't win it for us, but it's a massive contributing factor.
Now you've played in a few East Midlands derbies now. What are they like to play in?
They're always confrontational. It's never really that free-flowing sort of rugby. It's always physical around the rucks and the mauls and the line-outs, the scrums, and the backs have a good go too. So we know what to expect. They've got some dangerous players there, but if we're 100% in all our areas, we're a tough team to beat.
Ben Young's just joined us off camera, so Croft has got all shy.
Sorry, he's just going for lunch now. It's his second lunch today.
With it being an Aviva Premiership semi-final and a place at Twickenham at stake, does that add an extra edge to things?
Yeah, it's knockout rugby. It's the first time I've really had it this season where it's been that important. If we don't get to the final, this season's deemed as a failure. Some teams may take a top 4 finish as a success. We've topped the table at the end of the domestic lead. Now we have to go on and win it, otherwise we've achieved nothing.
And if we can talk about your own form, you've been voted by the supporters the Goldsmiths Player of the Month. How's that for you?
It's absolutely great. Luckily, it was voted before I messed up that try. So, it's great to receive that sort of award. It's nice to have get a nice watch at the end of a month, and that's obviously great thanks to Goldsmiths and that lot there. So, it's nice to have.
And hopefully, something else to add to the mantelpiece as well.
Hopefully, very soon.